One of the objectives of this course is to introduce you to the scientific method and how the results of scientific research are communicated. You will have an opportunity to conduct a small research activity using a literature search as your primary source of information. You will also have an opportunity to present the outcome of your research in a short paper using the scientific report format. Generally, the scientific paper is organized as follows. You'll have a title, the author's name, and the address, and where you can be contacted by email. An abstract, the introduction to the paper, a section on methods and materials, how you went about your research, the results, what you found out, the discussion, conclusions, and then acknowledgments and references. There are variations on this format, such as combining results and discussion. More complicated and lengthy papers will also have numerous subdivisions, such as the one we will show you here. The objective is to present the results of research without editorial opinion. Save that for the op-ed pages of the newspaper. Let's look at a research paper published in the journal Arctic. The title of the paper should be as clearly as possible, reflect the nature of the research. It shouldn't be too long, and certainly shouldn't be too short. Following the title is the author or author's citation, including the address. Most journals include the address with the author's names. The journal Arctic includes them as footnotes. The abstract is a very important part of the research paper. It is done as a final task, and there is a separate module to help you draft the abstract. You will also get extra credit for that. The title in the abstract is widely archived and provides a convenient information source for scientists who wish to scan a wide variety of reports. Many journals also break that down further and ask for keywords. This is also important for those researchers who are searching the literature. The introduction should set the stage for the research project and to provide enough background material to convince the reader that you are familiar with the subject. You need to be careful with giving proper attribution for knowledge you gained from your sources. Note how the references are inserted in the text. The materials and methods section need not be lengthy unless you are reporting on a complicated analytical project. You will mainly be using a library and/or web-related information search, and you should describe briefly how you went about this search. The Arctic Journal article editorial policy is to combine results and discussion. That's one of those variations we talked about. The policy for this course, the one you're taking, is to separate results followed by discussion. So there's a clear demarcation. The results section discusses what you discovered in your search, which addresses the subject of your project. The discussion tells the reader what all of this means. The conclusions section should be, as briefly as possible, state what you have found out from your research. It is important not to stretch the interpretation of your findings beyond what can be supported by the evidence that you found. It is also very important not to editorialize in a scientific paper. Save that sort of thing for the op-ed section of your newspaper or magazine. Also, it is best to practice not to use the first person in writing your report. It is also customary for all scientific reports to have an acknowledgments section. This is an opportunity to thank the granting agency and other individuals who provided support for your research. In your case, it might be a friend who offered assistance, the library, or the writing center. Finally, the reference section will conclude your paper. There are many ways to present the reference materials. You should generally follow the APA rules. I hope that you will have an opportunity to look at some of the scientific journals listed in the course materials or your library to become familiar with scientific research reporting.